So Juanita was coming from where?
California.
Oh, that's right. Oh, she'll have plenty of stories for you.
Oh, boy.
It's a mess. There are more people leaving California than the history of California. And you can't even get a moving van.
Wow.
You have to,
Wow.
yeah, you got to book it. And there's more people going into Florida than ever because people want to be free and happy. And it's in California, it's close to, they're talking concentration camps. So,
Really?
yeah. So now that I have you two girls on right now, and we'll wait for the others, how did the choices go over the Christmas holiday? Did you have massive temptation?
You go
No,
first, Sharon.
yeah, no, I had some, but I wasn't anything I wasn't able to handle.
You know, I have to tell you, Sharon, your skin looks great.
Thank you.
What are you doing? What are you eating healthy and supplementing? What are you doing?
Yes, Manatech products. I get quite a few Manatech products, and I do use youth rejuvenating serum and moisturizer.
And you're eating good.
And I'm eating good, drinking
Your
whatever.
skin is the number one filter, largest filter in the body,
Largest organ in the body.
a filtering organ in the body. So yeah, an organ. But the fact is that when you can really tell if somebody's doing good to themselves, because you can look in their eyes, or you could look at their skin. And my dad was the first bioanalyst pathologist of the state of California. And he was well known for looking at people, and he could tell you their blood type. Michelle,
Really?
what up, Michelle?
Hi.
Hi. How's
Sorry.
New York? Sorry, that's not nice.
No, I can never find our Zoom link. I have to go all the way down to like September.
Dude,
And-
it's on the top. It's
Right
always
there. It's right there.
you click
You
on
say that all the time.
announcement.
You say that all the time, and I see it.
I had a little trouble with the password. I don't know what I did. I must have
But
not.
now, sorry,
Password.
I'm dog sitting, and my computer for some reason is not. I don't know. It's not.
Working.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I have some things to discuss with you people.
Okay, I'll stay here until I can get on
Yeah,
my
just
computer.
sit down, Michelle.
Turn
Now,
your phone the other way.
did you?
What?
Turn your phone horizontally and you can.
Me?
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, get down with yourself, Sharon. Wow. Who would have thunk? So I was just asking Luann and Sharon how everybody did over the Christmas holiday. And what did you do? Michelle, how were you?
I am not feeling so good.
Uh-oh.
Okay, just say it. What'd you do?
I didn't really do anything. I'm just not feeling good.
What'd you eat that made you feel sick?
Well, no, I don't mean I'm just, you know what it is? I haven't been walking, and
Yes.
you know, like it's either icy in the morning or,
Yeah, so your lymphatic system has not been moving well, and your exercise and your circulation, so you feel sluggish. But are we doing 8+ a day?
no, I don't have enough to do 8 yet.
Okay. So what does that mean? You have to order some?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to fix my order.
Okay. So did you, or we're just waiting on you to do that?
No, I'm my order goes out on the 1st. I was gonna put in just like a one-time order, and then I just didn't get around to it. And now it's getting so close to the 1st, like, you know.
Are you getting the, what does Manatech call it, when you get loyalty points, something like that?
Yeah, I probably got a whole bunch.
Well,
Because I never,
Go in and do a loyalty point order.
yeah, get yourself a couple, 2 or 3 or 4
Yeah,
plus.
exactly.
Because if
Alright.
you really want to jack yourself up, do like 2, 2, 2, 2, or 3, 3, and 3. And knock yourself out for a week.
Yeah.
do
Good
you
idea.
think that sport would help me too?
Huh?
Do you think that sport would help me too?
With
Are you in
information?
pain? Are you in
I
pain?
do.
Well, I feel like, I mean,
Like it when you walk, you get pains, muscle issues?
no,
If
I
you
just,
muscle issues, then sport would be definitely be of help. If you get any kind of pain, if you hit yourself on the thumb with a hammer, take sport.
Well, because it's diascoria villosa, but it goes down a different pathway.
Yeah.
So it's not just to support your hormone system, your endocrine system, but it also acts as a very serious anti-inflammatory.
Right.
Also, the bounce back is very good, but that's for delayed onset muscle soreness. So that's like DOMS. And when you work out, you get, inflamed and stiff, and you got lactic acid buildup. That's when you work out, and the next day you can't even walk. If you do bounce back before even sport, I like sport a lot. Dr. Vicky lives on bounce back, but to me, sport is amazing. But what are the symptoms you're talking about?
well, I just feel like, I mean, I know that I need to go get myself checked out after all these falls that I've had, like, my shoulders hurt sometimes when I'm sleeping. I feel like when I get up from getting out of the bed, or sometimes even if I sat too long, like I get up and I'm like achy until I walk it out.
Yeah, you have soft tissue damage. You
Sport.
fell, you strained,
Sport.
whatever you did to yourself with your falls, you put yourself into a place with, you didn't hurt yourself bone wise. You didn't
Right.
break your foot, you didn't break your knee, but you have a sprain strain situation. When you sprain and strain, sometimes, you notice it. Sometimes you notice it like maybe 2 or 3 days later, because your body is not adjusting to the inflammation, or it's getting worse. The plus is going to be beneficial for a lot of that, but sport, I would say sport would be amazing for like what Sharon just said, for pain, inflammation, swelling, and a good chiropractor.
I have always loved the sport, but
And bounce back is better for inflammation, particularly around the joint inflammation.
But that's good after working out. She's not even walking.
No, I know, but even if you are not working out and you have some joint inflammation, bounce back that's my understanding of bounce back.
I thought they're both
In the
good.
United States, we're not supposed to say the word inflammation, but they can in Canada. So just pretend.
Well, then we're in Canada, so it helps with
We're in
inflammation.
Canada, yeah.
What about that?
Yeah,
The
talk about
bottom
it.
line is, I don't care what they say. If you're inflamed, you're swelling, your muscles are sore, you have a sprain strain. Sometimes a sprain strain can take 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but you're not walking. You're, because of the weather.
Today, what is that? I think Christmas Eve, we woke up to snow. So then
Oh,
don't remember if I walked later in the day after it kind of melted away. I don't think so. I think Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I didn't walk.
Well, here's the bottom line. You're off your
Routine.
routine.
And yesterday I walked, but like I didn't walk with the same spirit that I've had. And I'm at my girlfriend's house because I'm watching her dogs, and I don't really like walking in her. Like tonight when I got home, it was 5 o'clock. I took one of the dogs down the road just a little ways. I don't take the dogs for long walks because I don't know them well enough. And they usually go in their own yard anyway. But this one dog I took for a little ways down the road, and I thought, you know what, I should go for a walk. And it was so dark and there's no sidewalks and the cars come flying.
gosh.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
not.
it's not ideal. But also you're
Right.
having a lot colder weather now.
I know, and I'm getting nervous about like,
Oh.
if the weather keeps doing this, like, what am I gonna do if I'm
You're
not
going
doing?
to invest in a treadmill.
Or a store like a Walmart or a Y.
Yeah, but the way Michelle was walking was pretty deliberate. Was very good. It was straightforward. And, you can find,
Right. Christmas Eve, I didn't feel so bad about myself because even though I didn't walk, I did shovel my driveway for a half an hour.
yes,
God dang.
I wasn't able to.
That's gotta count for something.
Yeah.
We didn't have snow, but we had nothing but rainstorm. And I live in Bridle Path where the whole surrounding sidewalks is dirt. It's all sand and dirt. So, you can't walk in the mud and the rain, but
Mm.
it's also the cold. If you're inflamed, if you have a sprain strain, if you have joint inflammation anywhere, what's going to happen is you're going to feel more sore in the winter. And that's challenging. How was your diet throughout from Tuesday to Tuesday?
So, I mean, I think I made a small miscombine on Christmas, but it was completely accidental. And I was 3/4 of the way through before I was like, oh my God.
What'd you
But
do?
I don't think it's that big a deal, but I think it was a miscombine. I had prime rib and green beans almondine. So there were almonds in it.
That's okay. Yeah, that was
Wow.
not a big deal.
And then I had salad. So, I mean, I ate
It
okay,
didn't-
but
it didn't stop the digestion with a little bit of the slivered almonds. It might have been a little hard to digest. Did you have indigestion after that?
no.
Okay, so you're fine. But with prime rib, did you take your enzymes?
No,
That would have helped.
That would
I
help.
totally forget them.
I know. If you forget and remember in the middle of the meal or at the end, you can still take them.
Yeah, take them anyway.
But you're also, you're under a lot of stress. This is hard times for you in the holidays. And you can't walk. You did fall and hurt your ankle, but things are better. If you hurt your shoulder. So now your mind is on everything. Oh, I hurt here, I hurt there. I have aches and pains. I would highly recommend get a couple of bottles of Sport and start downing 6 a day.
Yeah.
Non-toxic at any level. They tried to kill a rat. They just live longer and look better.
Yeah.
So, but it works. It works. It literally helps. The plus is going to help you as well. The amytose is going to help you. All of this, the AO, we all have to be on AO now.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's not like, oh, let me go to astaxanthin or let me go to another product or this or that. The formula of AO from Manatech is exactly what we need because of all these stupid viruses they're doing.
Yeah.
And the quercetin that's in there, that's I mean, we were taught about quercetin in 2000, I don't know.
Quercetin is in AO?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How many can we take on AO? I mean, because of that kind of thing.
Just do
Okay.
one. Just do one twice a day.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
Even with that quercetin thing?
Well, the quercetin's in there.
I know, but I'm saying maybe we want more of that. No?
Well, but you have such a balanced formula.
Okay.
If you're coming down sick, you don't feel good, you could do 3, one and one.
Mm.
But
Yeah, so I work for my cousin sometimes. He has a steakhouse and I worked Christmas Eve. I was there the Sunday before Christmas Eve having lunch with some girlfriends. And he called me a couple days later and he said, "You feeling okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he says, "Well," he says, "Natasha tested positive for COVID. That's the girl that was waiting on us." And I was like, "Oh, you know." So I said, "Well, is she okay?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." He says, "But was she wearing a mask when she waited on you guys?" And blah, blah, blah. I said, "I don't really remember." And he says, "Well, he says, I don't know." He says, "I don't know if you want to go get tested." And I'm like, "No." I said, "I'm fine. Don't, I feel fine. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, and
So
if you get it, then you have lifetime immunity. And the mask isn't going to help either. We talked about, I gave you guys the wrong information. I said millimeters. I was wrong. It's micro. The hole in the mask is
Right.
60.
No, I know. I
The
didn't wear it.
virus is 1. So she could wear a mask all day long and it wouldn't matter.
Well, I'm not even sure that she had it on anyway, but Christmas Eve I worked and everybody in there, the bartender and the servers and all that, they're all wearing masks. I wouldn't put one on. And one guy, he was really upset that the bartender, because she's, also his manager, was, telling him to put one on. He's like, "Man," he goes, "I got COPD." He says, I'm going to faint if I wear this thing too long." Now, my cousin, by the way, he stayed home because he had a cold for about a week or so and he took a COVID test, but he didn't get the results yet. So he wanted to stay home just to be on the safe side. So now this is Christmas Eve. Then he calls me, I don't know, I think Sunday. No, I'm sorry. Another bartender tested positive. Then the bartender who was going to cover for her is the one that I worked with that night. She's messaged me frantically on Sunday saying, "Can you work? Can you work? Now I'm sick." And, so I went in on Sunday to help my cousin, just change the message on it. He decided to just close until Thursday. He's like, "You know what?" He says, "We're taking a short holiday break. We'll close till Thursday because I don't want everybody getting sick so that then we lose New Year's Eve." And I'm standing there, and I walk in and he's got a mask on and he's making the guy that works in his kitchen put a mask on who does not wear a mask regularly. And I'm like, "Joe," I said, "everybody that had a mask on is sick." I mean, does that not tell you anything?
Not
But
only that, but they're not advertising this or talking about this, but on the CDC website, they changed the PCR test because they showed that it was inaccurate.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I was raised, if you're not feeling good, you just don't go to someone's house. If you have cold or sniffles, you don't go to someone's house. If you're throwing up and have diarrhea, you don't go to someone's house. So,
Right.
All of a sudden we're being talked to like, "Hey, you got to be, you can get tested."
Wash our hands.
Yeah, like we've never known that.
Not to put our hands in our face.
Oh yeah, that's new. You could get tested at 3 p.m. and by 5 p.m. somebody breathed on you and you now have something. The tests are a ruse.
Yeah, I know.
And they can't find COVID. Coronavirus means they have to go through 40 rounds to get to corona, which is a cold, and it could be a virus. And people get, if they have weaknesses like COPD, you get a bad cold, it goes into pneumonia. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you have asthma, I have some asthma. I have to manage my asthma. Lately, it's been worse because I'm in a whole new city and there's eucalyptus trees in the back and I'm allergic to eucalyptus and they're all blooming, and I'm like, oh my God. So, but the thing is,
Manasee.
Amen.
but yeah, it's called management. And you take care of yourself and you keep yourself healthy. So what I hear you saying, Michelle, is it was a bummer because when your eyes are wide open and you're awakened and you see what's going on, and because he closed I understand why he closed, and I think maybe that was a good thing for everybody. Just take a
He only
break.
had one reservation on the books, so he just figured, you know what, instead of trying to scramble to get people to cover or to work or whatever,
Right.
and, you know, really, you know,
And if you're sick, it doesn't matter. If you're sick with a cold, typhoid fever, measles, whatever you're sick with, you're sick. And during the winter, the flu can, like they're talking about Omicron, I'd love to get Omicron because it kills COVID and it boosts up your immune system. But I think I did have COVID. So, it was a good 4 weeks I had to suffer through, and I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I had it and it
yeah.
affected my lungs. But I didn't go to the hospital because I didn't want to be tested. And now I'm reading that China is collecting all our DNA from the test. So I'm not
Oh,
getting tested anymore. I don't care what I have to do. Just
And
not
then
doing it.
I never got tested.
oh yeah, he asked me again if I wanted to he says, you're gonna go get tested? I'm like, no. I said, because I don't really care what the test says.
Right, there you go. You're taking charge of your life, just like you
Don't-
have.
and you don't want them to start bugging you.
Well, not only that, but so you get tested, like I just said, you get
Wait, let me-
tested, you're negative, and 2 hours later, somebody's got something that they could infect you with. So now how good is that test? And they just put billions and billions and billions of dollars into the test because the vaccine and the test is owned by the government now. So why are they pushing it?
Guys,
You just
I
have to
know.
be smarter than the average bear. So you ate okay, you made it through, you're just not walking, and you're in New York, your winters are gonna get tough now. So what are you going to do to at least, do you have a treadmill?
Well, funny you should ask.
Is it a coat rack?
No, I actually have a treadmill down in my garage that could get unburied.
Okay,
But what this treadmill like is so old that it's actually a manual treadmill.
Manual treadmill.
Yeah, like the thing doesn't move unless you move it.
oh, perfect. Do it.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I
what
was,
that's
it's down there because I was gonna get rid of it.
The exercise of you just getting it out.
Trust me, I know.
And then if it's automatic to where you start moving, then it moves. That's
Yeah,
great.
there's no on off button.
Okay, that's resistance. That's resistance training. Because you don't have to walk fast and crazy. You have to get your lymphatic system going. You got to have your cross crawl, arms, legs, the whole bit, and that'll help you. So you got to get the plus, you got to get the sport. And Margie, how are you?
Much better.
Because you got an antibiotic.
Yep, that worked. That did the job. I'm feeling so much better.
Honest to God. It's.
I told them that's what I had.
She walked in. Michelle, did you hear that last week? She
No.
walked in. She was sick. Tell them, Margie, what happened to you?
I thought I had a really bad sinus infection. All of a sudden one day it just hit me. And so I went to the urgent care the next day, said I have a sinus infection, told them all my symptoms, and they agreed. And they said, well, we'll give you a steroid. I think it was I don't know, started with a D, and then we'll give you antibiotics. But of course, they tested you first in case you have COVID or the flu. They want to know.
With a sinus infection.
Yeah. So after waiting 45 minutes, they come back in and say, well, you tested positive for COVID. So now we won't give you the antibodies because you've got COVID. So we can still give you, yeah, antibiotics. Yeah. And so they wouldn't give me the antibiotics then. So they sent me home with call your doctor. They'll sign you up for a monoclonal and infusion, which on my 10th day, that's when I got the infusion. So Bill, and then 2 days later, Bill went because he wasn't feeling good, and they tested him, and he was tested positive too. So, but I felt better over the weekend. So then the following Tuesday, I went back and said, you know what? Now this is a sinus infection.
Gee
So,
whiz.
yeah, I told you
Always
so.
was.
And so, they didn't do another testing. They just took my symptoms and made me wait. And the PA came in and he says, well, your symptoms are still symptoms of COVID. So, but we're gonna give you an antibiotic because it could go into pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia. And so I'll give you the antibiotic. Once he said he was gonna give me antibiotics, I didn't argue with him about anything. So that's what they did. But they wrote down that, what they say, we suspect that it's COVID. They in what their synopsis, they didn't mention sinus infection at all. They said,
Oh my gosh.
That's
yeah,
'cause they get
they
paid
get
more.
paid more money.
Right, it's
Yes.
a good 25 to 40.
Yep.
Depending on what they do with you. And that's such a shame because
Crazy.
she had to wait 10 days to even get an antibiotic, which could have gone up into her brain. But
Mhm.
also, didn't you ask them, did you test to see which variant?
Oh, yeah, I asked them, the first day I said, so which variant do I have? Because Omicron was already starting. And I could still smell and taste, and I still can smell and taste. I'd never lost it really. And they said, oh, we're not testing for that. Everybody, New Hampshire has mostly Delta right now. 99% of the cases are Delta. So,
Oh my
Just
God.
assumed, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's what I said last week. Well, let's assume maybe you have multiple myeloma, or no, maybe let's assume you might have a brain tumor. I don't know. We'll just,
We're just gonna assume.
Yeah.
Just guess. Yes, yeah, maybe.
and the monoclonal antibodies should have been given earlier. They just,
Oh, much earlier. The therapeutics, they need to have therapeutics out there.
yeah.
That's what they do for the flu now. I
Yeah.
mean, people are dying because they're not getting therapeutics. They don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And those that have to fight and get a lawyer. So I just watched one girl who is kind of a Twitter star, but her dad, military, retired, I think he was law enforcement as well. And he came down with the flu or the virus, whatever, he was sick. And she was told by her Twitter followers,
Twitter.
whatever you do not do the the respiratory, what is it?
Event.
The ventilators.
Ventilator.
Whatever you do, get ivermectin as soon as possible.
Mhm.
And she knew that. She kept telling the doctors, I want ivermectin. And they said, well, we're going to put them on a ventilator. She goes, no, I
Yeah.
don't want that. She had to fight with them. And no, we can't give you ivermectin. That's too hard to get. And it's not in the country.
Ugh.
So she had to get a lawyer. And the lawyer came in and really, did right by her. And it turned out that the judge said, give this patient ivermectin. And they had it within 20 minutes because it was downstairs in their pharmacy.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
And so her dad's doing so much better. No ventilator, no nothing. And he's getting, by the third or fourth day, he was really coming out of it. The bottom line is, just like what you saw, Michelle, and just like Margie's smarter than the average bear. Sharon, and Luann, all of you guys are very, very aware of preventative first, of supporting our immune system. Certain things just don't sound right. And when you start saying, that just doesn't make sense. if you're fully vaccinated and wear a mask and now you've come down with COVID for the third time, it's like, what are you guys trying to pull the wool over our eyes? So we have to be, really on top of things. By knowing this, it doesn't mean anything unless we can really take measures to see what's going on and to support ourselves. We have to support ourselves. You got to get back on that treadmill. You've got to get your lymphatic system going. And sometimes you can go into depression if you are so good at walking for a long time and boom, you stop. All of a sudden, your pleasure center that was kicked in your it's called your, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Nucleus acumen. Anyway, when you are doing something that gives you a lot of pleasure and you feel good, and it's really been, giving you that spunky feeling, and boom, you stop right away, then all of a sudden, your body knows that. Your body's not happy about it. That your body is starting to, send you messages that you're not happy. But the main thing out of your mouth, when I asked you, you said, well, I stopped walking. Yeah, you walked a little with the dog, whatever. No, your routine, your habitual ritual has stopped and you are off kilter. That's why you're not feeling the best you could, because you're off kilter. You were on a roll, as
I
we
know.
So it's normal. I mean, you say these things and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with this broad? Nothing. She's as normal as can be because of the circumstances. But that means, like for me, certain things, I have 2 autoimmunes. I have to constantly manage them or I'm going to be, knocked down a little. So I'm constantly managing. I have asthma, always bronchitis, stuff like that. I don't get infected anymore because I know what to do. But I do have the challenge of trying to breathe sometimes. I've had it since I was born. The doctor told my mother when she was pregnant with me and my twin sister that her morning sickness could be helped with smoking at least a pack of cigarettes a day.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
So we had nothing but up until we were 4 or 5, constantly taken to the hospital or had problems with breathing. So, but we know how to manage ourselves. We just have to use, I always call the supplements that we're using, the top-notch supplements that we're using, those are the seatbelt of nutrition. And we have to, it's equally as important as putting your seatbelt on as to taking them. And a lot of times we get lazy with that. But I mean, do you ever get lazy with brushing your teeth? Do you? I don't. Do you? What's that face, Margie?
Every once in a while, if I'm too tired,
You brush your teeth.
but I
all the
brush my
time.
teeth every night, so.
Okay, Bill's telling on you. But I mean, it's like my husband, my last husband that passed away, they all passed away. But the second to last, he used to tell the kids, and it was always so crass, but he goes, get in there. I told you, you got to clean up this section of your bedroom. Oh, I forgot, Dad. I forgot. He goes, yeah, do you forget to wipe yourself? No, you don't forget that.
No, don't forget that.
So, and they didn't have an answer. So, your bedroom looks like a toilet, dude. Go clean it. But the thing is, we have to continue with our lifestyle. We have to continue with our supplementation. And 20 pounds overweight is not healthy for us. It's linked to over 20 diseases. We have to take care of ourselves. Oh, this is good. My phone's telling me I have a Zoom at 5. So when you notice things are not feeling right, then you have to break it down. Then you have to see, okay, what's going on? Okay, did I I didn't eat very much. Okay. Did I not sleep okay? Why? Because when you went to bed, you were still hungry. What's going on? I'm not walking. I'm not, even if you're not feeling good because you have a cold or a virus, yes, that means you have to just hold down the couch. If you have a cold or a virus, continue to do everything right, but hold down the couch because you have to maintain your machine. You have to take care of your car. You got to take care of your body. So I recommend you drag that damn thing out of the garage, and unless you haven't, sell it, put money into a new one, something that doesn't take up a whole lot of space, because you don't have to run a marathon on it. You just have to I have a desk cycle. It's under my desk. And, since my feet were hurting, the desk cycle really helped. And so did acupuncture. So
You know what? I'm not sure, but I think that my girlfriend might have a stationary bike downstairs. Maybe while I'm staying at her house, I could do that.
yes.
I don't really enjoy that, but I would do it.
Yeah, but it's really, it'll be, what do you say? It's therapeutic for you. It'll be therapeutic. It's not that you're going to enjoy it. You're going to do it so you can get your lymph glands working. You can move things along, because that's what your body was used to. That's why your body was happy. You were the happiest I've seen you in a long time. You were rocking and
know.
rolling.
I know, and I'm feeling like, like I don't know. I'm scared.
No,
I'm
no.
scared that, that I will fall out of that habit, and then, and I don't feel like I still look at myself and feel like, ugh, like I got so much more to go here.
Yeah,
And-
well, that's why I haven't cut my hair, because it takes time. Look at this.
Yeah, well, I need a haircut too, but everybody keeps telling me how great my hair looks, and I'm like, oh,
That's when I know it's time to get it cut.
Sharon
exactly.
going? Are you going, Sharon?
Going?
No, I just wanted to say, some of this is like, I had a downward spiral after on Sunday after the weekend. I was alone, Christmas Eve, Christmas. And, I started the pity party thing, and that doesn't help,
Did you eat
Well,
bad?
No, not really. The only time I did eat bad, I forgot one thing. I had to go to, I went on the 18th, went to a funeral. And after the funeral, we went out, the three of us went out to eat. We went to Panera. I love Panera.
Panera bread,
Yeah, Panera mac and cheese.
salads. No?
Panera, I had their mac and cheese because I always loved it. And I haven't had it for like 2 years.
Well,
And a baguette with butter. Okay. So the next day, I'm like, I've got a headache. I had some kind of strange not diarrhea, but close loose stool.
that's too much for you.
And so I said something to one of the other people that was with me. I said, I was telling her I'm not feeling. She said, well, it's what you ate. Jesus, it's like, and I go, oh yeah, I remember I used to tell you I'm gonna eat right, because if I eat right and then I don't eat right, I get sick.
Right.
You know, oh yeah, I remember having those conversations.
Why'd you have your downhill spiral? What was the pity party?
Oh, I'm alone, and I'm alone. I'm alone. I have no significant person in my life or any, so I'm alone.
You have
Which most days is, which most of the time is fine. But
You know what?
I just kind of was one of those things, and I just
hit you.
once you start spiraling, man, it's like, whoa. And I was fine Monday. And I'm today, well, of course, I've been really bowed up today because everybody's been congratulating me and telling me happy birthday and blah, blah, blah.
When's your birthday?
Today.
Oh, happy
Hey,
birthday.
Yeah, I am a 3/4 of a century old.
Wow.
awesome.
Happy birthday.
I can't believe it.
to
I just don't feel that way.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Happy birthday, dear Sherry.
Not enough singing.
Happy
I should not have told you.
birthday to you.
I shouldn't have told you. That's exactly.
Or, no, I can relate to what you're saying because I'm a 2-time widow. I do have grandkids. You don't have time to have a pity party. You gotta figure out where they are and are they killing themselves somewhere in your house. But it's it's nice to have a partner, but it's not nice to have a partner you can't communicate with. So in order to change all of that, you have to start putting your order in, and you have to start writing down the things that you want to come into your life. So you can, because your thoughts create your own reality. But every year around Christmas time, especially since I'm 10-year widow now, I watch, and I've been doing this since I was a kid. I watch It's a Wonderful Life. Have you ever seen it?
That's partly what put me in the spiral.
Yes.
I watched A Wonderful Life. I did. Haven't watched it for a long time. Watched that and realized, okay, who am I not helping? Who am I not being here for? What if I'm not doing enough? And then that just, it's all of that.
Well, sometimes you gotta go down to come back up, because there's only two ways to go. But it's a time for reflection.
It is. You're right. It's right.
Things
Well, the solstice and then it's all New Year's, my birthday. Yeah, it puts me into a whole lot of reflection. Oh, yeah. And in the business, everybody's on this. Well, you got to evaluate what, how did 21 go? And what are your aims and goals for 2022? And oh yeah, we're getting ready to do a 90-day sprint. And it's like, oh my God. So yeah, a lot of that.
So I used to get that way. I don't know how long ago it was, maybe might have been 3 years ago. I don't know. But, I would get kind of sad around, Christmas time because, my mom passed away 8 years ago. And ever since then, Christmas is just not ever going to be the same. And, my sister doesn't talk to me either. And none of my biological family talks to me. So, Christmases are just like, they are no more. And I mean, no more like that, I should say.
Yeah.
And so, it would kind of, sometimes I would get a little sad. And then all of a sudden, like, I was just like, like, I think that, like we're brought up to think that Christmas has to be this way, it has to be this, it has to be that. And then when it's not that, that brings on these feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, aside from the religious aspect of it, it's just another day.
Oh,
And
that's another thing. I listened to Charles Stanley, and then he was talking about how if you don't listen to and follow the Holy Spirit, since when you get a message and you choose not to do it, you're disobeying God. How's that?
Well, it's not that it's another day, because it's not.
No, I know.
Technically, Jesus wasn't even born on the 25th. He was probably.
Well, I know, but we celebrate it.
Right, exactly. And I have these arguments with some friends of mine.
No, we know it was in March and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because.
And we took it, they made it because they wanted to bring all the pagans into it.
It doesn't matter. it's collective thinking of
Right.
gratitude,
Yeah.
collective thinking of love and sharing. And when you don't have that on a day that everyone else is, sometimes it makes you feel like I'm being left out, or what's going on, or is this like going to be the rest of my life like this? But
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be, because you can, your thoughts create your own reality, and God will give you what you want. He'll also give you what you don't want. Because if you keep thinking about it enough,
Think about what you don't want.
Right.
Never think about what you don't want.
and life is tough, man. We've lost a lot of people that we love, and
Mhm.
going through the holidays with some people that we've lost, their bodies, not their souls, not their spirits, but when you come together, you feel that emptiness. But that is what makes us build character, because we only have two ways to go in life, up or down. When you go down, man, it's hard to get back up, but you have to make yourself get back up. Because
Right.
that's why I tell the kids, I go, after my first husband died, I said, pack up, we're going to Australia. Manatech was opening up, and I said, let's go do business.
Sure.
And they were comatose on the couch. And I said, we're gonna go see why you're still alive. Daddy died, but we're gonna go see why you are still alive. And
Right.
there's a lot out there for us to see and do.
Exactly.
So, but remember, when you're in the plane, you have to put the oxygen on you before you put it on your kid.
Right.
And so pulling yourself up from the spiral of, falling down, recognizing why you don't feel so good and something's going on. I'm scared, I can't give in. You cannot fall for that. No,
I know, I'm telling you because this is our call, but I have been doing my own self-talk of like, stop thinking that way, stop that, stop that, stop that,
You came to the right place. Stop it. but it's normal. It's normal. You don't, God bless you. Don't,
I do have to go. I have another call.
yeah, we're close in.
Happy birthday, Sharon.
Yes,
Happy
Happy
birthday,
New Year.
Sharon.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Can't
All
wait
right.
to see your hairdo.
Oh yeah. Next week you'll see it. Okay.
Woo.
So, yes, and that's another purpose for this support call, because we're all being hit in different areas. I mean, look at Margie and Bill, they both came down sick, and then they have to fight bureaucracy, and they know damn well what's going on, but they have to play the little game just to try to get her antibiotics. Your friends or whoever it was that had to close the restaurant down and all that stuff. There's a reason for everything. That there was a reason for that. And there's a reason for why you're not working there or going there. And there's a reason why he called you. Are you feeling okay? I don't know if she had her mask on. She came down with COVID. It's perfect time.
Well, then on Sunday, I was there at the restaurant with him. My cousin who's been sick for a couple weeks with whatever it is. His test did come back positive, but he all along just kept saying that he had a cold.
Right.
And, it's like I was in a doctor's office that had two extremely sick people in his rooms when I was there. I'm in the public because I'm in the restaurant business in two different restaurants, have been since this whole thing has been going on. I will not wear a mask. And then I'm around all these people supposedly at the restaurant that are all testing positive. Well, I'm sorry, but to me, that is an absolute testament to the Manatech products, because I tell people all the time, I don't get sick. I just don't get sick.
And you're eating good. You were walking. It's you can't stand on a railroad track holding up Manatech products. They are supplements with what's coming out of your food. But because your food combining, your digestion is optimal, your energy is where it needs to be, what you're receiving from the foods you eat is going to all over your body because it's
Right.
filtering through. And you're supplementing with the best products possible. There's other things out there you need to take. I mean, I take a slew. I take neem, I take sweet wormwood, I take a lot zinc, I take
I did just order some C&D from another company that I order from.
yeah, I
And,
take cod liver oil, in the caplets, because you get the real A and D3 and the other stuff, the
Does
DHA.
that make your eyebrow hair grow back if you rub it on it?
Haven't tried, but I'd certainly like to do that. No,
I have heard that.
there's,
Seriously.
my daughter's doing something on her eyelashes that makes your hair grow. And I remember they discovered this several years ago, that it had something to do with a liver medication, but when somebody touched it, hair would grow different places. So they said, when you touch it, don't put it anywhere you don't want hair. But I don't know.
Well, let me know if it works, because I
mean,
really
an
do.
eyebrow pencil.
These are, well, that part's pretty much my own, but this part here is very faint and I have to draw it on and I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, you can do henna.
Mm,
Why? It lasts for 6 to 8 weeks. It's great.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're still drawing it on. It's not hair, but it looks pretty good.
Mhm.
So did we lose Luann? I think we did.
Looks like.
Before we go, have you heard or spoken to Idris?
Not since last week.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering how she was or her grandson.
Yeah, we talked last week, and yeah, that's a heartbreak in the family. That
Mhm.
it's like a burr under your saddle. It's
Mhm.
you can't hide from it. It's the fear is so great.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's doing what I suggested, which the whole family comes together and prays 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. You call on the phone, you get on your knees, you're playing certain music that's very spiritual without words, and you pray your butt off. And you say, thank you very much. You don't say, oh, please, dear God, bring him back to me. You can't do that. You've already
Right.
put it out there in the universe. He's gone. Thank you, dear God, for bringing him back to me. Luann, we just,
Yes, I'm so sorry. My son called me and I had to get off. I'm so
oh, no,
sorry.
that's okay. Kids come first. All right.
And I
so I
just
have a question.
text
quick
me she
question.
can't get on.
Say it again.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Marge,
Idris text me and she can't get on.
Oh, Idris is trying to get on.
Well, we're getting on
Yeah.
now, but why would that be?
I-
What, Margie?
Quinoa I made before we got sick. It's probably 3.5 weeks old. Should I throw it out?
Smell it, it'll tell you. If you didn't lose your smelling. Yeah, if it's sour smelling, it's not good.
Yeah, you'll know it.
Yeah, if it's really, really sealed, did you have butter in there with it or just?
No,
Open it up. If it's not sour, then you're okay.
I
I
opened.
just ate
today.
some that was old because I forgot I had it, but not to be a Tupperware snob, but mine was an actual Tupperware.
All
Mine
right,
was a Pyrex with the lid, so. It
okay,
smelled-
well, yeah, check it out. If it's sour, you can't do it.
Okay.
In the meantime, Michelle, you gotta get some sport. You gotta drag out the whatever, that old treadmill, or get your friends. While you're on there, you can listen to music, you can have something inspirational being talked or whatever. 30 minutes goes bada bing, bada bang.
Mhm.
And Luann, please tell Idris we're sorry we missed her, but we'll see.
Yes.
We're gonna see you guys next week, and then we're gonna talk about the rest of the month, because I want to know what you guys think.
The rest of
Rest Good month.
Of January.
January.
Yeah, do we?
Oh,
continue
January,
this?
okay.
Do we continue these meetings or?
Oh, yeah.
are
Or
they-
I'm all for
Uh-huh.
meetings.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right, so,
As long as you're okay with it, Jackie.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm
I
fine
don't
with
know
it.
if you're tired of
As
us.
long as it's helping and you guys are learning and moving forward. And then hopefully we'll be able to get a few more people like we had before. You know, somebody asked me about Kirsten.
Yeah.
She had a baby, or she's pregnant. She's gonna have a baby.
Right.
Yay.
She wanted,
Wow.
that's what she wanted to do. So hopefully she's eating right so that weight goes down for the,
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, okay, you guys, I love you.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah.